Welcome to Cleveland, where the temperature is in the lower 50s. A couple of hours ago, we had rain showers. Neither team took batting practice, but the skies right now have cleared. The game will start on time. The crowd still filing into Jacobs Field for Game 5 of the World Series between the Atlanta Braves and the Cleveland Indians, with the Braves leading in the series 3-1.
Hello and welcome back to The Architect. We're off to episode 5. That means Game 5 of the 1995 World Series between the Indians and the Braves that we've been chronicling through the first 4 episodes. Braves now up 3-1 after a stunning win at Jacobs Field in Game 4. And now they're looking to close it out and win their World Series championship. It's never been done for an Atlanta Braves team. I'm Jim Powell. Along with me is John Schuerholz. He's the brains behind this operation. He's leading us behind the scenes through the thinking and the strategies and the moments in the 1995 World Series. And there are plenty of moments in Game 5. Greg Maddux goes back out to the mound, gives up an early home run. What were you thinking about early on in that game?
Well, that was an unusual event to happen for Greg. He's a master of control and a master of game planning, knows how he wants to face every hitter, where every pitch ought to be. And in fact, I may take an aside here for a moment and tell the story about how in a game when he first joined us, there was some runners on base, and Leo came out to the mound. Leo Mazzoni, our pitching coach, came out to the mound. He said, "Leo, don't worry about it. I'm going to get this guy to pop up foul territory off of third base on the third pitch." Throws him a slider first pitch, throws him a fastball in second pitch, throws him an off-speed pitch. The guy reaches for and hits a pop-up off the third base line, and he called the play. Maddux says he called the play. And so Maddux gives up a home run in this game. I still have confidence in the guy. He's that kind of pitcher. He's the professor of pitching, and everybody knows that. And I'd rather have him on the mound, as we said before. He was the best pitcher in all of baseball that season. So why not go with it? And you know, things happen in games.
Fastball from Maddux. Hello. Ooh. And Frank Pulley steps in between, and now both dugouts will empty.
Well, and things did happen in that game, because shortly thereafter, ball gets away from Greg Maddux, as far as I know. Leads it inside, down, almost hits Eddie Murray. The bench is clear. You don't see that in World Series too often. Was there a lot of tension between these two teams?
Well, it was natural tension, because here are the last two teams standing in Major League Baseball playing for the World Championship. They're evenly matched teams. They're competitive teams. They have great athletes on them. The leadership is good. Bobby Cox in our dugout, Mike Hargrove over there. And so there's a lot of tension at this time in this series. But I will say this, that quote-unquote wild pitch that everyone talks about, I have never seen Greg Maddux throw a wild pitch in his life.
I understand what you're saying.
So he probably had some purpose behind it. So there you go.
So the Braves come back and they tie things up. Maddux ends up giving up 4 runs in a game. That was the only time he did it the entire 1995 season, regular and postseason. But your team didn't roll over. They still put themselves in position to go ahead and win that game. At some point in Game 5, did you start thinking, we're going to do it today? We're going to do it right here?
Well, when Greg's, got the start, you feel that way. That's an easy way to feel, knowing you've got the best pitcher in Major League Baseball for that season in charge of the game. And it didn't have his stuff. The Indians, to their credit, were fighting to stay alive and fighting to have the chance to become world champions. And, so it was a tough game, but we did everything we could to try to win it. It just didn't happen.
To right field and deep, and it is gone. One strike away. Klesko hits one out.
In the 9th inning, down a few runs, Ryan Klesko pops a 2-run home run, and ultimately the Braves came up 1 run short, losing Game 5, 5-4. Did the home run by Klesko, was that meaningless, or did it also have some impact on the two teams? Just seeing that the Braves weren't rolling over in the ninth inning for the Indians.
That's not a meaningless at bat. That bat signals we're still in this. We still believe we can fight our way to get back into a tie and maybe find a way to get the winning run across and get this thing over with. So no, that's not meaningless. I mean, a guy with Ryan's competitive spirit and toughness, every time he goes up there or in a game, he wants to make a play or get a hit or hit a ball that signals to the opposition, we're still here, guys. We're here across the field, and we're going to play hard and try to win this thing.
But the Indians did capture 2 out of 3 in their home park, and the Braves carried a lead back to their home park after Game 5, leading 3-2 and heading back to Atlanta. John, on that charter back from Cleveland, back to Atlanta, you're going to have a day off, and then you're going to go after a World Series championship at home. What was the atmosphere like on the charter for that flight?
Not as relaxing as it was when we flew from Atlanta to Cleveland after with a 2-0 lead, because we knew this was a good team. We knew we were going to be in for a battle. We were in for a battle, but we were up for it, and I think that's the way everybody felt. Nobody was worried. Nobody was, oh well, they're going to make their charge and go running by us. Nobody felt that way. We felt confident going back home especially. We were going to have our fans in the ballpark, cheering loudly for us, giving us that extra spirit, and we thought we had a chance to win.
And can you just picture the baseball gods popping up a huge bowl of popcorn as they get ready for the Indians and the Braves and the pitching versus the hitting to carry its way back to Atlanta for Game 6? It's going to be exciting.
I'd like to know what the odds were in that betting going up there with the baseball gods. I bet it was pretty rigorous.
I bet it was too. Spirited wagering.
Spirited.
No doubt about it. So that's it for episode 5, Game 5. On to the finale. Game 6, episode 6 is next in our series, The Architect. Thanks for joining us. John Schuerholz, thanks for your insights. I'm Jim Powell. We'll see you next time.